Hello my dear friends. So today we are going to solve a Leetcode problem that is a missing number. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to you. Yeah, it's visible. So this question we are going to solve. So what will be given in this question? An array of nums will be given to us like this, which contain n distinct number in the range 0 to n. Okay, so if we are going to see from 0 to n, there are exactly n plus 1 numbers. Return the only number that is missing in the array. So here it is starting from 0 and it is going till 3. So n is equal to 3. So it should contain the element 0, 1, 2, 3, but actually 2 is missing. So what we need to do is we need to return 2. Okay, so if you want to see the second example also, so if the length is 2, so how many elements it should have? 0, 1, 2, means it should have elements starting with 0 and till close range 2. So here 2 is missing. Okay, similarly if you want to see the third example, here the length is n is 9, so it should have all the elements between 0 to 9. But as we can see here 8 is missing, so we need to return the 8. Okay, and they are asking that it should be order of n time complexity. Okay, so first of all we will see solutions, then we will optimize the solution. Perfect. So what they have given us, they have given us this example, n is equal to, let me copy this. Okay, so yeah, this is the example. Correct. So in input what they have given us nums. So first of all our task is to find the length of nums. So we will find length of nums. Okay, so we are going to get value as 3. So we are sure that it should be, range should be from 0 to 3. So what we can do is we can sort this array. One approach that come to my mind is, let us sort the array. So what will be happens, we are going to use nums dot sort. So what will happen, it will be like this 0, 1, 3. Okay, now we know that it is the 0th index, it is the first index, it is the second index. So if the index is not matching its value, it means this is the answer. It means index is the answer. Index is answer. Okay, let us take some other example as well. Big example let us take. So let's see this one. Okay, so again first of all what we need to do, we need to sort it. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. Okay, this is the sorting done of the nums array. This is 0th index, this is first index, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, and this is 8th index. So index is not matching the value, then answer is equal to index. Okay, so this is the one approach that we can use. We can sort the array, then we can use the for loop and we can check if the elements are equal or not. Okay, so here what is the approach that we are going to use? We are going to use the sorting approach. Perfect. So the code for the sorting approach is very simple. First what you need to do is you need to sort the element, and we know for the sorting nums dot sort is the solution. Okay, so let me write the answer. So def missing, let's say this is the function name which will have nums. Perfect. So what we will do, nums dot sort, this is the first thing that we have done. Now what we need to do, I am starting a variable c with the 0 which will represent the index. Now I will use a for loop. So for element in nums, nums, so if c is not equal to element, okay, so suppose this is the list like this. So c is initially 0 and element is 0. If they are not equal, what we will do, we will return the c. Okay, if they are equal, it means it will not enter in the for loop. So for next index we will increase c, so c equals to c plus 1. Once this for loop ends, suppose we reached here. Okay, if the elements are like this, first of all 0 is matching, 1 is matching, 2 is matching. So what we need to do now, c value will become 3 for the next. So what we will do, once this for loop end, we will return length of nums, because if this return is not working, then we will come out of the for loop and we will return the length. So what is the length here? Length is 3. It means what we will return, that the last element 3 is pending, rest all elements are done. So if you are going to see the time complexity for this, so it will take n log of n. This is using the merge sort algorithm, and it will do the sorting in n log n time complexity. Here we are traversing the entire list, so it will take n time complexity. So time complexity will be order of n log of n. Okay, because n plus n log of n, so we know that we can ignore the lower order terms, this is higher order, so this is the time complexity. And here we are not using any kind of extra space, so space complexity is order of 1. So this is the one of the approach. Okay, if you want to see the solution for this approach, so nums dot sort c is equal to 0 for element in the nums if c is not equal to nums. Okay, so as you can see, this code is working absolutely fine. Okay, don't go in that it is faster than 69%, because here it depends upon lot of factor, that if your internet is fast, then also it will say that it is faster. Okay, but we have seen the time complexity that it is taking order of n log n. Perfect. Now suppose what we want something in n order of n, we want the solution in order of n. So let us optimize this. Okay, so let us again analyze the problem and let us see how we can optimize this. So this is given to us. So what we can do is, one thing that come in my mind is that n is the length of nums. Okay, so what is the value of n? Value of n is 3 for this situation. Perfect. Now what we can do is, we can find the sum of nums. Let's say s is equal to sum of nums. What it will be? 3 plus 0 plus 1. So 3 plus 1, 4. Okay, so suppose if there are all the elements from 0 to n, okay, what is the ideal situation? That it should have all the elements from 0 to n. So if you are going to add from 0 to n, so basically it will be like this: 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. We know that sum of n terms is n plus 1 by 2, means this should be the ideal sum. Okay, let's say this is I. Okay, this is the ideal sum, but the sum is 4. Let us take the example for 3. So I is equal to 3 plus 1 4 by 2, so it will be 6. So ideal sum should be 6, but now the sum is 4. It means which term is missing? 2 is missing. Okay, because we have 0, we have 0 here, we have 1, we have 1 here, we have 3, we have 3 here. So which is missing? 2 is missing, so difference is missing. So I hope you got the approach. Now what we will do in this approach? First of all, we will try to find out the, okay, so this was the question. So first of all, what we will do, n will be length of nums, s will be sum of nums. Perfect. Now we will write, ideally it should be n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is done. So what we will do, we will return which will be greater I minus s. Okay, so this is the code. Now let us see the time complexity. So sum will work in order of n times because it will need to traverse each element in the list. This will work in constant times order of 1, and this is also constant. So if we are going to see the time complexity is order of n, and space complexity is order of 1 because we are not using the any extra space, and this is the time complexity. Perfect. And if you want to see, I can run the same code for you and it will absolutely work fine. So first of all, what we have done, n was the length of nums, then s was the sum of nums, these are the inbuilt function we are using, then ideal sum was n into n plus 1 and n plus 1 by 2. Okay, then what we done, we return I minus s, s. Okay, so let's try to run this and it should be okay. Sums is not defined. Okay, length sum of nums, not sums. Oh, silly mistakes, we should avoid them, but they are not avoiding us. Yeah, so you can see this is also running successfully and it is again faster than the 77%, but I told you we should calculate the time complexity by our own. Okay, so I hope this approach is clear to you. You can think in both the ways. Okay, and if you want to use some function, you can create some function by your own. So for I in nums, what you can do, s is equal to s plus I, and initially s is 0. So for if you don't want to use inbuilt function, you can use this 3 lines of code, you will get the sum. So I hope it's clear to you. Okay, so thank you.